Have you ever witnessed a miracle? What happened? Do you think that God had anything to do with it? Well, in this week's experiment, it's going to be pretty simple, but we're going to be able to see water freeze in seconds right before our eyes. It's kind of like a miracle. We're going to need pure water, as impurities act as a site where ice crystals can start to form, and impurities like minerals that are naturally found in water. Water is one of the simplest and yet most complex molecules that we have, but because of its simplicity, it's a great example for a lot of occurrences. Before we get started, let's discuss a solid, a liquid, and a gas. Now, a solid's molecules are very tightly packed, which is why solids are usually slightly smaller than in its liquid form, because liquid molecules have a little bit more space, and this is why liquids often take shape of its container. Now, a gas has even more space, and this is why gas will take up all the space around it. Like I said, this week's experiment is going to be pretty simple, so you don't need any safety equipment for this experiment. So, we simply place a bottle of pure water in the freezer for 2 to 3 hours. Less time, it may not get cold enough, and more time, it'll end up freezing in the freezer. Be sure to take it out very carefully so that it doesn't freeze in your hands. Alright, these are both very frozen, so apparently 2 hours and 20 minutes is too long. So we will try again about an hour and a half. So yesterday I overfroze it, so today it was only in there an hour, and we're going to give this another try. So I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely still liquid. I'm going to bang it on the counter, and we're going to see if it freezes. So let's try it. No, this still needs a little bit more time, so I'm going to put it back in the freezer. Okay, so this is now the third attempt. Let's try it. Okay, take it out carefully. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is still water. And we are going to bang it on the counter. Fingers crossed. Slow, but it's happening. It's not hard frozen, it's more of a slush, so maybe we'll try it one more time, but I hope that you were able to see it freeze right in front of us. And this is attempt 4. As you can see, it is still water. See the air bubble in there. I'm going to try it up closer and let's see how this works. All liquids have a freezing point, or the temperature at which the liquid will freeze. But if there is not a seed crystal, or something for the ice crystals to latch on and start forming, then it won't freeze, it won't solidify. And that is called supercooling. This is called supercooling, where you lower the temperature below its freezing point, but it doesn't turn into a solid. The bang on the counter caused an impurity in the water. I couldn't find an answer in my research, but I think it might be damage to the water molecules that caused an impurity. And this impurity is the seed crystal, or where the ice crystals can start to form, and as you saw, it slowly spread throughout as the other ice crystals were able to attach to the former ice crystals. Freezing rain is an example of supercooled water, and certain clouds are also made up of supercooled water. And a plane in the sky can act as a seed crystal, where very cold moisture in the sky can attach to the plane and start to freeze. This seems miraculous, doesn't it? Seeing water freeze right before our eyes in seconds? But it can be explained with a logical explanation. Miracles happen every day, and they can always be explained. But that doesn't mean that God didn't have anything to do with it, because He probably did. So go out there and witness those miracles happening all around us, and realize that God may have had something to do with it. And until next time,